go to the second subtopic where there are all the things about the animations. We select the second subtopic here, and then we add an extra subtopic. We choose the planet type, and then we go to modify the cover. But we see that if we click on the cover, we can't modify it. So please remember, we should go to Topic Cover Settings and select Custom. Then we can edit cover content and we can write the title we want. In this case, I'd like to write multiple object animation. I can move the title here, the writing, the text, and then I can resize a part of the text, of course, just to make multiple objects on the same line, but it's okay. So I can resize like this. If we think that multiple object isn't visible, we can choose to select bold and then to make it bold. Then we go to work inside the subtopic, and then we add all the content we need. First of all, we need a title, multiple object animation, and the same problem here. So we align in the center, we move the rectangle, and we can try to, yes, it's okay, we can try to resize it. Now we don't need this text here, so we cancel it and we go to add other kind of content. For example, we can add an image. If I search for the word, group PNG, and we go to Google Images, I can select one picture I like, for example this one. I click on the picture, I copy the image, and then I go to my Prezi, I click once on the subtopic, and then I press Ctrl V or Command V to paste the picture. Of course, I can resize it if it's too big, and I can place it under a title. Next thing I'm going to do is inserting a video. You remember that we can insert a video from YouTube, or we can upload a file from our computer. In our case, I'm going to look for a video on YouTube. I'm going to search for Prezi Next animation tutorial, and then I'm going to choose this one. Okay, sorry, I don't want it to start, but I want to get the link. I copy the link here, and then I go back to my presentation. I paste Ctrl V or Command V the link here, and then I insert the video. Wow, it's too big, so I need to resize it. Then I want to add something else, let's say kind of frame to our video. And to do this, I'm going to select shapes. I want to insert a shape. Oops, but there's a problem here because the shape I want to use covers my video. So what can I do here to solve this problem? It's easy. We select the video, then after selecting it, we click with the right side of the mouse like this, and then we select bring to front. The video will automatically be brought to the front, and the form, the object, will go behind the video. And then I can resize it so that I can create a kind of frame around the video. Okay, so I can move everything downwards, and this is my frame. Now I'd like to use some arrows. So I go to Insert, Arrows and Lines. I choose the red one here. I drag the arrow here and I drop it. Now I need to place it. If I want to work better, I should zoom in a little with my mouse using scrolling. Okay, you see. Okay. And then I can resize the arrow. This is one arrow, and then another one. Now there is a little problem because, you know, zooming in, the proportions of the arrows have changed. So I need to select this one and I need to increase the thickness of this arrow until it is the same. And that's okay like this. And the same thing for the next arrow I'm going to use. I click here, I rotate it, I place it, I just check it's at the same length just to get something nice. Okay, so the size is not perfect, so I need to increase twice, to click twice on the increase button. Right, this should work. Last thing I'd like to insert are icons and symbols. In this case, I choose select light presses here and I search for numbers because I'd like to add some numbers just to be faster. Then I choose one. Oh, it's too big, of course, so I need to resize the one. Then I go and choose the 2 number. I need to resize it as well. If you want to make it a little bigger so that there is a kind of visual effect. And then on 3. Very good. Now, let's zoom back a little, and then we have the complete content of our subtopic. Now we need to animate the content. I want to animate group of object, and in this case I need only to press on Shift button on the keyboard, then click with the mouse and drag cursor so that we see that objects are selected. After selecting these 2 objects, I go to animations, and here you will find zoom to video because we inserted a video. Okay, we have inserted a video. So we need to add an extra animation, a fade in animation. Okay, and then since I want this animation to appear first, I need to move the animation to the first place. Then I go to animate this other part of the subtopic. First thing I'd like to do is adding a zoom area. Add zoom area here. I place the rectangle here and I resize a rectangle so that I can catch all the content inside the rectangle. Good. And now if I want to see, I move this zoom area to the second place and I just want to check. It's okay. With the preview, it's okay. Now, let's zoom in. Oh, sorry. Let's go here. Let's zoom in a little, just to work better with things. And then I'd like to animate this part of my subtopic. First thing, I want the video to appear together with the frame. So I select the frame. I press Shift, I press the mouse, I click, and then I drag. But here there is a problem because you see that while I'm dragging, all the arrows are selected as well. But I don't want the arrows to appear together with the frame and the video. So what can I do? It's really simple. To solve the problem, I need to press Shift, keep Shift pressed, sorry. And then with the mouse, I just click once on the arrow, once on this arrow, and once on this arrow. So you see that frame and video are selected while I have deselected the arrows, and they are ready to be animated. So I add the fade in animation. And in this case, of course, this fade in group, when I select multiple objects, the fade in, the animation writes that you have animated a group. I move the fade in group before the zoom to video, and then I go on with the animation. And now I need to make my animation very smooth, very soft. So to go back in a smooth way, I need to zoom out a little to select the zoom area I added some minutes ago, and then I add a new animation. That's to say, zoom to. In this case, after watching the video, the next animation will take me back to the group of pictures of elements. And now I can go and animate the arrows together. In this case, I need to be more precise. So if I drag, okay, I will select everything. So what is the best way to select objects, multiple objects? In my opinion, the best way is keep Shift pressed and then click on every object you want to animate. This is a very precise selection. After selecting everything, I can use fade in animation. Now, from this point, my suggestion is always add a final animation. That's to say, zoom out to subtopic. So you can go back to your subtopic and you can have a smooth, a very soft animation. Let's present and see how it works. Okay, that's the video. After the video, we go back and everything appears. And so we can have, of course, the complete view.